This is your brother Gabar coming to you live from the Boogie Down Bronx. This is I Am Fit. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Can we stop with this anti-Semitism? Can we stop? Can we let it go? It's evil. It's not right. I'm just trying to make sense of it all. So as you know, I want to post some videos, fair use, but they always strike me with some copyright anyway, but who cares? I will sacrifice for my people. Make sure you like, subscribe, and support I Am Fit Podcast at either Cash App or PayPal. All right, I'm going to set the stage because I want to bring world peace. I want to bring peace, and I want everybody to just put their guns down and talk and hear each other out. So I want to play some videos because I want to set the stage. You know, a lot's been going on. Now there are against, what's this brother's name? Kyrie Irving, basketball player. He tweeted a few weeks back a documentary that he saw in Amazon by Ron Dodwin. I'm actually was trying to get him on the show. What I'm hearing is he's going to be interviewed by CNN. So he's probably being selective who he's going to come on. And so I'm still negotiating behind the scene. And good for him. I think, I hope he plays it smart and I hope he says the right thing. And I'm going to play some of his videos. I'm going to play, the interview they had with the Mr. Irvin, the basketball player, the brother who actually promoted or just tweeted about his documentary, his book. I ordered his book. It's supposed to have been here today. Hope somebody took it. Because sometimes Amazon, they just leave it downstairs in the building. I mean, we in the Bronx, but you gotta hand deliver it. What's going on with Amazon employees, right? But anyway, I want to have a conversation. Let's look at let's see what we got over here. Where's the media? Bada bing, there you go. So this is the media. We're going to play Flair Use. So let's hear what's the whole controversy Okay, and basically the controversy started that he tweeted or some social media about the Hebrews to Negro documentary is on Amazon. Check it out. You should buy it before they take it out because I already see the handwritings of the wall on the wall. Okay, so let's hear this interview that they were criticizing the basketball player, Brother Irvin. Let's read this. Let's not read. Let's see. Let's hear. Let's fair use.
And it's a title given to Christ, Philippians 2:11. And my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. So I went on the Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh. That came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions. And my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me, I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races, white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
And let me say this about what the brother just said, because, you know, we're going to hear some of the reporters and how they attacked them. And this message for the Jewish community. Few weeks back, I defended you when I made a statement that I don't believe that the Jewish people are running the world, blah, blah, blah. I got some pushback from my community. Some, not all. Because within my community, there is a belief that Jewish people have a stronghold in, you know, politics and Hollywood and finance, the media, so forth, so on. And I said that I believe Jewish people are a victim of their success. However, though, you're going to see me in the battlefield, in the mental battlefield, not the real battlefield. Okay, let's everybody relax. If you're saying that if a black man questions whether he is a Jew, historically speaking, if that itself becomes anti-Semite, I have to push back on that. So this is my concern on this whole conversation about who is a Jew. Anybody that reads the Bible understands that the Israelite, the 12 tribes of Israel, right? There was 12 tribes, right? And they were scattered. It's called the diaspora, the wandering Jew, right? And to have the narrative that if a black man in America question whether he is a Jew, or even question whether the European Jews out of Europe are the authentic Israelite that came out of Egypt 4,000 years ago, 4,500 years ago, give or take. The people of the book, the people that were mistaken for Egyptians, like Paul was mistaken for Egyptian, Moses was mistaken for Egyptian, even Joseph was mistaken for an Egyptian. If someone questioned whether you are or not, and you're saying that itself is anti-Semite, I will have to disagree with you. And if you're going to now fight any man of color that's been through slavery, been through Jim Crow, well, not him personally, but our ancestors and people of color, been to all kinds of tragic events. We never got reparations. We never got a country. We never got, the most we got is a holiday, a month, and an apology by every other president, but no real solutions. For us to be suspicious of the Jewish people, not as a culture and a culture or a society. You are Jewish. That is your society. That is your culture. That is your nation. We can't deny that. The modern Jewish people are the European people. But to say that we have to accept that you are the descendants of Israel, all of you, every single one of you, and if we question whether we're some converts like Unculus, like Jonathan, and others, and maybe many of your countrymen said that many of the sages were actually converts, non-Israelite, they converted to Judaism. Just to question every single person or challenge the notion that maybe some of you guys are not the true descendants of Israelites. I think it's the wrong direction. I think instead of just saying anti-Semite, let's have a sit down. Let's have a conversation. I've been trying to get a Jewish person on the show. I called two friends of mine. They were like, oh, let me get back to you. I don't want to get involved. And I get it. But I think the media is not doing any service. It's not fixing the problem, but just attacking people of color. Because by default, when you attack people of color, and especially people that are questioning whether they are Jews and Israelite, you're going to create a line. And because, listen, if Ye would have not gotten canceled, not lost all his contract, and there's rumors that perhaps he wanted to do that, but that's a different conversation. But he lost it. You force people of color to pick a side. And now, more than any time in history, people of color have more resources than they ever had before. And they're not as united as they should, but they're getting more united every day. And I'm not saying this as a threat. What I'm saying is that if black people start getting united, 14% of the population, when you look at talent, when you look at athletes, when you look at entertainment, they're in the top of the, like I said, Jewish people work hard and, cream rises to the top. Black people, also work hard in their talent, music, art, right? Whatever it may be, hip hop, expression, whatever it may be. This country has been sustained by the talents of people of color. And if people of color get more united, I predict that there's going to be a major exodus from this country. And maybe, some racist white people may like that, may say, finally, they're out of here. Okay. But what's going to happen to the basketball industry? What's going to happen with the football industry, the baseball, entertainment, hip hop? Ye saved Nike single-handedly. And this was the first time one black man saved a white company. Back in the days in the 80s, Run DMC saved Adidas from bankruptcy. And once again, Ye saved Adidas from bankruptcy. They wasn't making any money like that. We bring the culture. I predict there's going to be a major exodus. I predict that black people are going to get tired not being appreciated. And when we are questioning the narrative, we're throwing words like extremists, hate, prejudice, anti-Semite. When the anti-Semitism is going to stop? And those that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. Fair use.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I could talk about the game and go home to my son.
And I like what he says. So listen, I don't expect you to understand because you're a sports announcer.
Elohim and my wife, Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was, what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it.
I had a lot of time last year to read a lot.
What I would ask, did you watch it? Have you watched it? And I'm pretty sure that he did not.
Read a whole bunch, good and bad, about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? And I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so
We're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not? Everybody posts everything else. You saw the word nigger going up on Twitter, right? I don't hear uproar on that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
Can I read one word?
You heard what he said. I am not alone. Black people could be more united, but they are more united today than ever before. And they have more resources today than ever before. So we could draw a line, the same line that we have before, and divide the country more and more and more, divide the races and all that. Or we could have a sit down and have a conversation. And we may not agreed at the end of this conversation, but we may at least sympathize and see the other side of the equation.
We're on the topic of promotion. Why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults. And it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I was just there to post. And it's funny, and it's actually hilarious, because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book,
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of
Putting it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are
Yeah, I put
promoting.
it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not
You put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
right? But my stuff
Great.
is
So
not
let's move on.
filled
Let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
another
You're
human
free
being.
to post
I can
what.
post whatever I want. So
can post
say
what-
that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to
post-
understand anything from you.
But it's
Nothing.
not me.
Nothing.
By
It's no
posting
people that
what
you're
you
making
did,
up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
Move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question. Next
anybody
question. Do
is
you
going
guys
to
have
look
any more
at
questions
it
for
and they're
me?
going to say,
You guys have any more
does he have
questions? Because this is going to be a
anti-Semitic
clip.
beliefs?
This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
but you're not answering the question.
Oh, it's another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball related.
So there you have it. Okay, there you have it. There you have it. There you have it. And let me say this. White people, in general, media in general, if you have not done the research on why something is anti-Semite, why something is racist, why something is sexist or homophobe or whatever names, title you may give it these days. Okay, don't just follow the current. You are a reporter. You're supposed to report the facts. Why isn't that book anti-Semite? Why? What is it saying? Have you read it? Or are you just gonna repeat the narrative without checking the source? That's bad journalism. It's bad journalism. Because let's take a quick look on what is out there, right? What is out there in regards of Mr. Irvin, right? In the media. What's out there, right? Let's hold on 2 seconds. Let me just do this real quick. Let me pop. There you go. Okay, fair use. This is actually from Ron Dorrant YouTube channel. You can check it out. It's called From Hebrews to Negroes. From Hebrews to Negroes. Let me bring that down a little bit if you guys see the title. Okay, it's called From Hebrews to Negroes, right? And he has a lot of informative stuff in there, right? Now, I'm gonna play some of his stuff as well in a few minutes. But this was out there in the ether. Anti-Semitic work. Disappointed. Boast, right? Anti-Semitic. Promote anti-Semitic film. It says here, Hebrew to Negroes, wake up Black America. It's anti-Semitic. This will, the other one, if you hear Mr. Ron, get yourself a lawyer. Get yourself a lawyer. I think it's time for us to start fighting fire with fire, because this is getting out of hand. We can't have an opinion. We cannot have an opinion. Look at this. Promoting anti-Semitic film. Brooklyn Nets condemns. Look at this. That's the film right there. It needs to stop. It just needs to stop. It just simply needs to stop. It's not healthy for white America to punch down in black America. You guys don't earn the right to criticize people of color when they don't trust white establishment, wherever part of Europe you come from, including Jewish people. Listen, there was always beef between white people in Europe. The Irish didn't get along with the Italians didn't get along with this people, vice versa. That has nothing to do with us. We're not Germans. We're just questioning our history. You have not earned the right to criticize us. You have not earned the right to call us racists. Learn to sympathize. Learn to cross the aisle and have a conversation, and don't get these gadget moments. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because I want to show a little video of Brother Ron having a conversation with a rabbi. And all he was doing is showing history. What is his premise? What is his premise on the research that he has done? He has done the research that there is more evidence proving that people of West Africa, which is 99.9% of all black people in America that it came from, are Jews. And there is a lot of evidence proving that the Europeans in Europe are a product of converts. Does he have a right to believe that? Shame on you, white people. You need to stop. Fair use.
A lot of people converted to Judaism. A lot of people converted to Judaism, even the Edomites. And let me just say this. Rabbi, Harry, before you say something, John, you know Flavius Joseph, whatever you want to call it. So he wrote down, himself, and you guys love his works. You guys stand by his works. He said basically about the Edomite occupation of Judea at the time, around 100, 200 BC, before Herod the Great. He said that this country is also called Judea, and the people Jews. And this name is given also to as many as embrace their religion, Judaism, though of other nations. But then upon what foundation so good a governor as Hyrcanus took upon himself to compel these Idumeans or Edomites.
He's having a historical debate. He sees something one way, you may see it another way. Why is that anti-Semite? There were many Jewish people that did the same research and came to the same conclusion. It's a matter of opinion. Nothing's going to happen to you guys. No one's going to go and say, well, we're going to take back Israel. Because everybody knows that the reason why America supports Israel is not because they love the Jewish people so much. It's because they need their foot in the Middle East. And Israel is the only excuse for them to be in the Middle East. Israel is part of the European power structure. Let's keep it real. And that's the reason why America and British is supporting Israel. Because what? Oil, military advantage against people who they seem to threat. They don't give a damn about Jewish people, about the Torah and all this. This is all politics.
Either to become Jews or to leave their country, because the Nabataeans and the Arabs below them was causing them trouble. And it said that, I suppose, because they had long ago been driven out from the land of Eden and had seized upon and possessed the land of the tribe of Simeon and the southern part of the tribe of Judah, which was a particular inheritance of the worshipers of the true God without idolatry. So it's a known fact that the Edomites came into Judea, The Greeks Hellenized Judea. The Greeks were up in there too. They converted to Judaism. You had pagan Greeks. You had Greeks that just loved Judaism and they wanted to stick to the laws of the Most High and the God of Israel, just like the Babylonians tried to do when they came in and they had the ark and then all these plagues started hitting them. They had to give it back. The same thing happened with the Edomites, the Greeks and the Romans. All you guys basically converted to basically Judaism and took upon yourself to believe that you are the descendants of the real Jews. So that
and this is history of many Edomites, Romans, many Jewish people recognize the Roman people as the Edomites, converted to Judaism. Even in your encyclopedia, it says that Edom is in world Jewry, meaning it's a mixture. They admitted there are Edomites in the Jewish people. Now, let's just say hypothetically, some of you guys may be of the tribes of Israel. Maybe this resentment that people of color may have towards Jews comes from not because we hate you guys, blah, blah, blah. It's because there is always white guilt against slavery, white guilt against prejudice, white guilt against Jim Crow, but there's no Jewish guilt against slavery, Jim Crow, and prejudice. And Jewish people also have been prejudiced. Jewish people also own slaves. Jewish people also capitalize in racism. But there's never been one rabbi ever apologized to the black community. We need to have a real conversation, folks. Jewish people, stop punching down on black people and learn to sympathize. Just sympathize. Just understand that they're just angry because they never got their country. They never got their 40 acres and a mule. They never got their reparations. So if they're a little jealous, a little envious, if they come across information that the ancient Israelites were black, sympathize. Try to understand. It's not about hate. It's about frustration.
When the second temple fell, then you guys fought back. You guys fought back to keep the second temple from falling, but eventually you had to be banished. Where did you get banished to? You fell back into North Africa. Some of you guys did, and some of you guys went into Europe. Some of you guys went into Central Asia. And this is how.
And I read a lot of this. And I read a lot of this history, man. This is not. He's not talking out his ass.
Be transformed. How does Judaism get to the king of Khazaria? How else would his whole kingdom convert to becoming Jews? Attila the Hun and a lot of different Catholic priests, monks, and the Catholic Church and the Vikings and the people who lived in Russia before all of this happened, they admitted that you guys converted to Judaism.
Ashkenazi Jewish is insessential example of white privilege. And the reason why I have to push back, guys, and we need to have a sit down, because listen, there are people claiming to be of the children of Israel throughout the entire world. China, the Middle East, Africa, you name it. Why we don't all come together and have a conversation? And yes, we have these, a lot of racist black Hebrew Israelites. Let's put them aside because they're really a minority. And let's have a conversation and say, you know what? If there's been people claiming to be of the descendants of Israel for a very long time, let's have a coalition. And at least we could put aside who is a Jew by birth, who's a Jew by conversion. And at least we could all come together and say we all keep Torah. It may be a little different. It may be, we could learn from each other. But we all keep Sabbath. We all eat kosher. We all keep the feast days. And we all could protect each other, right? and have a united front and put our differences aside. My Jewish brother and sister, it's time for you to send an olive branch. Many of you on camera, on books, have admitted that West Africa was a hotbed of Judaism. You may be condemning your own brother. Let's finally stop anti-Semitism. Because it's like this, man. You know, it's like I'm 50 years old. I've been hearing this same old rhetoric since the 90s. And I truly believe that a lot of the conspiracy theory against the Jewish people come from people being envious of your culture. And after World War II, what happened to the Jewish people, the worst thing that could have happened to the Jewish people is the rise of Zionism. Because back in the days within the Jewish community, the European Jewish community, if you was not keeping culture, if you was not keeping the Torah, even the Jewish people would not consider Jewish, secular Jews, Jews. You're not a Jew. Is when you went away from spirituality and began dealing with politics, carnal, the flesh, nationalism, that's when all this problem started. Listen, I respect the Orthodox Jewish community because at least they're standing on a culture, a religion. And I cannot knock any man for keeping the Torah. I can't hate on that. And many of them doing better than us. But as you political Jews, you Zionists, you ruin it for everybody. And what I want Jewish people, righteous Jewish people, to stand up and speak against the evil that's going on in the community. And including in the industry, where you got these Jewish managers and these Jewish agents robbing people of color because they don't know how to read the contract. And you made it that way. You should point that out and say, hey, man, you're not going to represent me. You're not a Jew. You're not supposed to do that. It's time for righteous white Jews and righteous black Jews to stand up and get rid of the Zionism, secular identity that is ruining for all the other Jews. Listen, when the Messiah gets here, he's going to separate the sheep from the goat. He's going to let us know what tribe we are exactly from. Until then, if you keep Torah, if you're a good person, okay, if you are sincere, sincerity, that's what I want. I could rock with you. I could have a conversation with you. But this nonsense needs to stop. And there's the reason why guys like Ron are rising up and getting angry. Guys like Ye are rising up, getting angry. Guy like this, the basketball player brother, getting angry and say, wait a minute, enough is enough. And you white journalists that are too scared, you Latino journalists, you black journalists that are sticking up and saying the narrative because you're scared, you don't want to be canceled, shame on you. You got Charlamagne the God or Charlamagne the wannabe God talking about, yeah, Kanye, you anti-Semite, and you catch him in a video, say, yeah, I don't want to mess with the Jews because they run Hollywood. Shame on you, brother. Shame on you, man. Punk. You're weak. It's when righteous men stand up. Righteous masculine men stand up for what is right. Until that happens, we're not going to change the world. We're not going to change the world. And, you know, I've been, just deflecting and just thinking and just self-examining my life and where I'm going and what I'm doing and why I'm here and what's my purpose. Because, it took me a while to get my second step and my second win. I'm employed now. Thank the Most High. I'm able to feed my family and do well. But I think the only thing I could do is just speak the truth. It's like, that's my calling? Is my calling is calling out the obvious? A man is a man, a woman is a woman. Yeah, there's an argument for, white Jews, but yet there's an argument for black Jews. There's an argument for brown Jews, Israelites. Is that now become a controversial thing? People adapt. And what I am promoting is a major diaspora. We need to get the heck out of here. People have called in to unite and say, you know what? Enough is enough. And Brother Ron, he actually believes that Israel is in Africa. I haven't seen the receipts. I haven't seen the data, so I'm gonna be reserved about that. But I don't care where's Israel. Israel is in the heart. Israel is in the mind. So, Brother Ron, I know you probably getting a lot of phone calls. You're probably getting a lot of attention now. Stay smart. Lawyer up. If I know some people we could maybe talk about. I could connect you with some people. We could discuss the off scene. I know I had some people who's trying to reach you. I know you're being very selective where you're gonna go, and I respect that. And if you feel not to come to the show, we could talk behind the scenes, and I could give you I could connect you to some people. I'm working behind the scenes to see if I could connect you with some people, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Be smart, be wise, and always be ready to show receipts. And people of Israel, Israelites, wherever you may be at, we have to stop with the division of doctrine. There's certain things that we have to put aside in regards of doctrine. Where's Israel? How you pronounce it in God's name? How many tribes? Who's a tribe? What tribe you from? We have to put those things aside. And I'm speaking specifically black and brown people here in America and throughout the world. Because there's even division within Africa. You got one tribe believing they're Israel and they don't believe, well, you're not Israel. You're this, you're that. We have to put that aside. Christ is going to separate the sheep from the goat. And guess what? Black people and brown people, there's going to be a lot of Israelite looking white, looking pale white, looking Chinese, looking Arab, looking Indian. Because Israel is scattered into the four corners, especially the northern tribe. So we have to ease up on the 12 tribe chart and blah, blah, blah. We have to ease up. if they believe in the Bible, if they're good people, if they accept the Messiah, and you may deal with some people that don't accept the Messiah. Give them some time. Give them some time. It's time for us to not be so concerned about teaching the gospel or preaching the gospel, but being the gospel. Put on Christ. Be Christ. Christ-like. America, I don't know what's going to happen in 2024. I'm not a prophet. I'm not predicting anything, but it's something in the back of my head is saying something's going down. And it may be some form of exodus. Something is going to go down. Something is going to go down. There was a video I wanted to show. Let me see if I could show it here. If anybody want to call, the number is, what's the number? 646-450-2013. 646-450-2013. That's the number. Let me see if I could. Where is the video? I wanted to show this video. Does it mean anything? Could. Is it propaganda? Could. Hold on. Let me see if I could get it here. I'll probably show it next time on the show. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And I don't know who if you guys are following the social media, but this 2024 is being everybody's talking about 2024. Everybody's talking about 2024 as if something is coming, something is in the air, and I don't know. I feel that there may be some truth to this. There may be some truth to 2024. A massive exodus, but my advice to people of color is, if they don't appreciate you in this country, man, it's time for us to flee. It's time to get out. It's time to get out. In America, you have to say to yourself, and especially white America, 60% of the population, you got to ask yourself, do you want to live a world without people of color here in America? Can this country even survive? Don't stay and fight. Just leave. If you don't appreciate it, and just leave. Like Christ said, if they don't accept in one country, just shake the feet of the dust of your foot and keep it moving. And now more than ever is for us to talk behind the scenes and start planning. Start planning. So, is there any truth to this? Is there any truth to this? The call went out to Israelites. I hope you got it. 2024 ends the 400-year curse. Support Ye.
What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. 2024 is this something? There's some prophetic understanding to 2024. I'm not a superstitious guy, but sometimes you just get a hunch. You just get a feeling. And I could be wrong. I'm not a prophet. I'm just a guy talking. White people, you have to stop respecting people of color, man. And stop being so afraid and to you yourself get canceled. We need strong black man, strong Hispanic man, strong white man should stand up and say, hold on, enough already. Let's have a conversation. We could disagree without being disagreeable. I hope I made sense tonight. I hope I didn't offend anybody. And I hope you guys join me next time. Until next time, peace and blessings and shalom.